Hello everyone, welcome to my weekly update again. This week back in my office, bit grey and dark out there, had enough of the lounge room and other areas, so we'll back to the desk and we'll see what next week brings. First up, graduation plans, as you would have seen from the lunchbox session and the information that we provided to you via email. Regrettably, we've had to make the decision to cancel graduation for 2020. That does not mean that life stops and you don't continue moving on through finishing your qualification and moving forward and coming up to graduate. Just to be very clear, in September the academic board will still meet and will confirm the students for their qualifications. Once that's been done from that meeting, you'll be advised that your parchment could be ready for collection from the office, or we can send it to you. It can be kept on file perhaps when you want to come pick it up at some time. But you will, upon the academic board confirming you've met all the requirements for your degree, will be advised, and you can go forward, put your bachelor degree on your resume and continue forward with your career. Come September 2021, we should have you back for the graduation ceremony. So we'll have a joint graduation ceremony, 2020 graduates and 2021 graduates. So it's going to be a big party. So we've got to find a venue that will take us for that, so many people. But essentially, those of you that perhaps may have picked up your parchment already from 2020, of course, you're invited to the graduation in 2021. And when you come up to receive your testama, you'll probably receive a nice ICHM folder. You won't get another parchment, but you'll be able to go up there and still celebrate, get your photographs done on the stage, get your photos done with your family, of course, and everything will be as per usual. So again, apologies, 2020 graduation cancelled, rescheduled as a joint graduation ceremony for 2021, but I'm sure it'll be a great one. So we look forward to that, and we'll send you plans about that moving forward very soon. Next up, funding. So the funding available for our international students, South Australian students who are studying with ICHM, and international students who are perhaps on placement interstate and can't get back to Adelaide. And if you're in Australia, you're in country, you are eligible based upon some criteria of financial hardship. You can apply for a $500 cash grant from the South Australian government. So those applications are open. You would have received communication for that. Literally this morning, I had a Zoom meeting with Study Adelaide with respect to some criteria and some clarification on some criteria. And I just want you to ensure that when you do put your submission in, or if you've already made your submission for that funding, please ensure that you do note on your application that you do have a South Australian address of where you were located before going for your placement. So that could be RAH, for example, or it could be your residential address where you were living off campus in Adelaide. So just please make sure that you do include that address in your application, and then that will mean that you'll meet all of the eligibility criteria to go through and apply for that funding. As I said, there's a range of other criteria around that. I'm not going to sit here and guarantee you're going to get that money. You've got to meet some criteria, but I'm confident that you'll meet the eligibility criteria based upon you following my guidelines from this video. So please stay tuned for that. We've had some more updates on our frequently asked questions. These are obviously as a result of the lunchbox sessions that have been recently held. And we also had, of course, our visa migration agent advice session recently held. So, of course, there were some good questions from that session and some further updates coming from that. So, where we've resolved on some certain areas of advice, we've put those into the frequently asked questions. So please go to those, and I think we'll make sure we put the link down underneath in the video of the frequently asked questions page, again, to remind you to update yourself on that and look at that on occasion, because we do, as we advised you, we'll keep you updated on everything we can as we move forward. There's also been some updates on the resource page, so we'll put a link to that as well underneath in the video. And we've put some updates on there, things to do, entertainment, And there's also some other information on mindful meditation and some other information which again is being brought to you by our friends from Study Adelaide. So please do take advantage of that information and those resources, because they're there for you to use. And of course, always we're open to your suggestions and ideas to assist you, obviously, at this very difficult time with your mindfulness and wellness that's occurring at the moment. So please reach out to us at all times, and we're here to listen and we want to help. So keep up to date with that. Another reminder, please, the video competition being launched by our marketing team, headed by Simon Ruston, our Director of Marketing. He sent out a number of communiques to you. I believe you've got 1 week left to make your submissions, so get to it. Get your ideas pumping, we have a look at the previous videos that have been done. There's some great work that's been done previously, but I'm sure you can top it. So give it a good bash. And of course, the bonus out of that, if you win, $500 cash. Nice little prize for you. So I do encourage you to get your submissions in and take advantage of that. That'd be good there. Finally, we've had some advice from the South Australian government with respect to the question that was around when you do return to campus, what will be the restrictions in relation to spacing for classes, etc. And as you know, when you're on campus, we had classes that would fit, 40, 50 people at a time, and we had smaller tutes and larger lectures and things like that. And obviously we've been searching and asking, trying to get clarity on exactly what those conditions are moving forward. Again, we can't predict exactly what it will be in July when we start our online classes. And if we return to face-to-face teaching in some sort of form, how will that look? We don't actually know 100% at the moment, but the advice from the government is, as per the advice that's been given, about 10 people in a space. So they're the challenges we face at the moment with our planning. So we are following the South Australian guidelines very closely, and the restrictions that are on us at the moment are as per the advice provided by the government. So all other higher education providers are having to follow that. And so we need to come up with a strategy and a plan to work on that. So again, please keep watching my videos, keep watching the emails that are coming into your inbox. And again, we will make sure that we get that information to you as soon as possible. But at the moment, the SA government restrictions are going to make it very challenging for us to have teaching back on campus. But we are working hard to come up with a good solution. So again, please stay online with us. We'll update you every step of the way. So that's basically it for this week. Please, again, reach out, send messages through to myself, Natalie Simmons, the executive team, Simon Ruston, Kelly Lumsden. We're all very keen to hear from you and keep you updated. We're always open to talk about any issues that you've got, but I'm pretty sure that we've got as much information we can provide you at this point in time. But I look forward to speaking to you next week, and hopefully we'll have some more clarity as the weeks go by in relation to the limitations for face-to-face delivery. So I look forward to speaking to you then.